Party people. Did you check? I'm sure you checked out the title. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if this will all fit in the title, but the title was gonna be "I don't want you to vote for Ron Paul," something like that. Because I don't want you to vote for Ron Paul. I don't want anyone to vote for Ron Paul. I don't want you to not vote for Ron Paul. What I want, I'm making this video because people ask me about it. Oh, real quick, I got my notes here. Shout out to Cut West, Ace.com, and Anonymous. Anyway, I'm making this video because people are always asking me who am I voting for, this and that. If I were to vote right now, I would vote for Ron Paul. Perhaps I got my facts mismatched and there's someone else better to vote for. I don't know. I don't really follow all that stuff that much because I don't know. I just don't follow. I'm not, watching all the debates and watching all the stuff. I see Ron Paul's videos on the internet. I like the stuff he talks about. It is in line with my histories and experiences and stuff. I think it's cool stuff. Perhaps, as Cut West says, I'm being mindless. If that's the case, someone please provide me, hit me with an email, m@mkid.net. You can call me. I'm going to give you my number at the end of this. You can call me this weekend, and that number is probably going to be washed. I won't answer it. But, yeah, whatever. If you feel whatever. So that's that. I don't want anybody to vote for Ron Paul. I want you to, do some homework and figure it out who the right candidate for you is. There is no candidate that's going to be the right person for everybody. That's impossible. Everybody has different beliefs. Some people like this cross stuff. I'm at my grandma's house in maybe I'll cut that part out. But I'm at my grandma's house. People are into different stuff. Yeah, it doesn't. You got to figure out what's right for you. That's it. Okay, that's that. That's all I got to say about that. I forgot. This weekend I'm actually going to the Maharishi University of Management to check that place out. I'll provide a link on the side. So I can't do the Q&A and the live show. I forgot all about that until last minute. My mind's doing all this stuff. So I'll have to set another date and time for all that stuff. But you'll have my number. So there, that kind of makes up for that. Oh, Anonymous. I ran into this video with I don't know if it's a battle against Scientology or just wanting to kind of educate the public on Scientology, but I'm gonna post this video as a response to their video on Scientology. I thought it was a very fun video, and it lets people, the more people get to really know and understand how serious business the internet is, the better. So I think that's all I wanted to say. Oh, I'm checking out this book right here too. I saw her video on YouTube. I'll provide a link to that on the side. It's this Naomi Wolf book, The End of America: Letter of Warning to a Young Patriot. I haven't finished it yet, so I can't comment on the whole thing. Here I am. I'm on page 41. But it's good stuff. You should you should read books and stuff. What can I tell you? My number. Don't call me. You can call me before 9 p.m. Central Time if you want to, but I won't answer because it won't be on my weekend minutes. But it's 414-455-0683. One more time. 414-455-0683. If you want to call and leave a message, I'm going to change my voicemail, so I'll say something. I might record some of the calls or use some of the voicemails and throw them together and make a video. So if you want to shout yourself out or shout out some crazy project you're working on or whatever, be my guest. I don't care. I'll get together with Robonuts and we'll do something fun with it. I'm not going to write the number down on the side, so you would have to watch the whole video to get the number. Whoa. That's everything in summary. I guess I got nothing else to say. So I don't want you to vote for Ron Paul. Actually, I don't even want you to vote. If you, I didn't vote for the longest time. I think I voted for Ralph Nader once because my mom said he was the man or something. And I don't think Ralph Nader's the man anymore. My thoughts have changed, and I just kind of was going along with what everybody else said at the time. And I don't really think that's the way to do it. Wait until you get into a position where you actually care about the stuff. Don't care about it because people are telling you need to care about it. Care about what you need to care about at any given moment, and politics and all this government stuff may not be the thing. I really wish everybody was into, you know, local government, state government, federal stuff and was about that. But, you know, do that when, you know, you're ready to be doing that. All right? Ace.com. Cool guy. You're a cool guy, right? You're a cool guy. Ace.com. Peace. There, now we're recording.
Okay.
Here we go. So here's my grandma. I said I was at my grandma's house. Milltown Mom is on. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Milltown Mom is on the camera. Grandma, I guess we were talking about the state of affairs of the world. What do you think will happen in the future? I mean, just what kind of comment do you have on that?
Oh, I think I'm glad I'm old. I don't have to know what awful things are going to happen.
that's who are you voting for? I said who I was voting for.
John Edwards.
So Grandma's voting. Who are you voting for, Ma?
John Edwards.
John Edwards. You see?
We outvoted ya.
Yeah, Ron Paul lost.
2-1.
Lost in Iowa. Is that right? 2-1 to John Edwards. Is that what?
Well, you voted.
I don't know. I don't follow any of this stuff.
Oh no, I was just talking about.
Oh, right here. Oh, yeah. I guess we lost here.
Any hope for the future? What's your hope for the future?
I'm glad to see there are some young people that are stepping up to the plate.
Stepping up to the plate.
Gonna take over.
Gonna take over. I didn't say
see
it.
so many out to the caucuses.
Here in Iowa.
Here in Iowa. Oh man, it was standing room only. We needed a bigger place.
See, that's a good thing. It's not usually like that then? What was it?
Well, the last time I went, I think there was 7. That was many years ago.
Okay. And how many were there this time?
150, wasn't there?
See, that's good.
Yeah.
All right.
That people are getting. So maybe it will change for the better. You know, I was scared to death during McCarthy. I thought, oh Lordy, you know, you're gonna go communist. And we lived through that.
Yeah,
people stepped up.
People stepped up. Yeah.
And he was calling everybody communist, you know, even one of our Methodist bishops. Well, you wouldn't know because you weren't born there.
I've read about it.
It was anybody who didn't agree with them was a communist.
Yeah, that's right. Then he'd.
Where have we heard that before?
Yeah, I know the battery's low, but is the battery light on or how we? Ma doesn't know what's going on. She has a real.
It's still recording.
She has a real crazy face on. So yeah, we'll throw all this on at the end of what I got put together already.
Oh, that's gonna be the end of your video.
Actually, it's gonna be kind of in the middle. I think kind of in the middle. Yeah.
Oh, then you're gonna put some more on.
Just a couple more. Yeah. Well, no. We'll see.
What are you putting on?
Well, the part that I recorded earlier, like I was talking about the Naomi Wolf book. I left it upstairs.
Oh.
And Ron Paul and people figuring out
what's
who
the Naomi Wolf book?
This is book on. Who's interviewing who here? It was oh, here. Well, do you know anything about Scientology? I mentioned Scientology in this one. Have you heard?
That's pretty much over my head.
Oh, that's that. You know anything about Scientology, Ma? What do you?
Yeah, that John Travolta's a Scientologist, and there's this controversy about the other actor and his wife, and he's a Scientologist.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
There's some controversy, different stuff. So yeah, that's what I was talking about, and just bringing this. I guess it's like a news video, bringing different topics to light for people to, chew on if they choose to.
Oh.
Yeah. Is that about it? There we go. All right. See you guys later. Bye bye. Hey, anything in closing, Grandma?
Oh, she's got to click it off now, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Can you figure that out?
One more thing, you think this current recession is anything like the Depression?
I hope not. That was awful. Although we were in it together, so we didn't really realize how bad it was, I guess. I mean, it was relevant. Everybody was just as poor as you were.
Yeah, so that kind of makes it relatively not so bad or something.
Well, yeah. Her grandpa and Morse would have lost their farm out there if they hadn't sold off a few acres when the pavement went, number 9 went east Osage.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were able to pay the interest because the old banker was breathing down their neck. They were gonna take that 200 acres of the best land in Mitchell County for $8,000.
Oh, but because they built the road through, they got paid
They got
enough
paid
money.
for, they widened the road, and so
Yeah.
they took 2 or 3 acres and paid them for that, and they were able to pay the interest on their loan.
Mm.
And then things after that got a little better, and so they could, but I say, they pretty near lost that farm for $8,000.
It's nice when things work out like that.
Yeah, and my dad would have lost his, except he had a rich great uncle that left him a little money in Chicago, and so he was able to pay his interest, or he'd have lost his. And I never could understand when I was a little kid why Dad paid $200 an acre for that land, because at that time he couldn't sell it for $35 an acre. And I thought, what was the matter with my dad? That was back in 28, or no, in 21, the year I was born. He paid $200 an acre for that land, and then the crash was coming in 28,
Yeah.
and so he owed. Well, then of course, I think Grandma helped him out too, maybe, because he had to pay his brother and his sister, because he'd inherited 40 acres of it from his grandfather.
Mm.
His grandfather only had one child. I never could understand that. Instead of leaving it all to Grandma, she left 40 acres they had a quarter section, and each one of the kids got 40 acres, besides Grandma. So he had to pay Aunt Blanche and Uncle Owen, and Grandma, I guess she had enough, so he didn't have to make payments to her. Are you still recording that?
Yeah.
I thought you only had a minute or two.
Well, I don't know. The battery was I didn't know what was going to happen with it, but it's
The
still
numbers,
going, I
this
guess.
number's still moving, so that means the
so-
battery's not dead,
Yeah,
right?
not yet. No.
So, well, thank you for sharing that little bit of wisdom with us.
Yeah.
Gotta know your past,
I guess so.
or you're
To see the
condemned to
future?
make the same mistakes if you don't remember the past.
Something like that. That's what they say anyway.
Oh, I thought that one of Beta's that she told that I never heard before. I laughed and laughed.
Which one is that?
Oh, that was about old Lil, she was a high life pony we had. Kind of a quarter horse. She was kind of a big pony, and seemed like she'd ridden her to town and, or driven her to town, because Dad, no, she had a stone boat, and you wouldn't know what a stone boat is it, would ya?
No.
The thing about the size of this table that Dad would roll rocks on to haul them off the field. So she'd hook her pony onto that stone boat, and she was riding, driving it, and there was no tongue or nothing, so you had no leverage, and so she'd gone to Little Cedar and put her in the barn, and then she dinked around a while, and then when she went to go home, why, she got Grandma on the back too.
Whose barn did she put her in?
And Grandma Elliott's, and so then Grandma Elliott wanted to go uptown to buy a loaf of bread, so she got on the back, and the way she went, there was no lickety-split when she headed for home, and on the first corner, when Grandma rolled off, and she waved that she was okay, and she kept on going, and she got out to the next corner, and there was posts, and when she went, then it beat her right into those posts, and it broke the rope that she had her tied onto, and so she hung onto the lines and dragged her till she finally stopped dragging her by the lines. And then she had to go back and get that stone boat of Dad's and go on home. But I never heard that story before till she was telling Penny, wasn't she, when we was over there one time? I thought, oh my gosh. Of course, that was, I took her out, we had a bus I could have ridden, but I was gonna ride my horse to school one morning and put her in Grandma's barn, and I got to the main highway, and here come an old whippet, and that's a car that's only about this far from the ground. It was real low down, and she liked to race, and so I thought, well, I'll let her run. So she passed that old whippet, and then there was a tree cut down, and you know, that tree, then she shied and dumped me right in front of that whippet. So then the old whippet run right onto me and put my head right down on my stomach.
Oh,
And there
no.
I was under the front axle of that car, and it was right in front of a farmer's place. And so he come out and he says, well, I guess I'll have to go get a spade and dig her out. So he went back to the house, and then there was another old farmer bringing a high school kid that was working for his room and board for him, and they come along and they saw me in under there, and they lifted up the corner of that car, and I crawled out.
What did the horse do?
Well, then the horse knew she'd done something she shouldn't, and so she run into the farm, and she always would dump you and then go home, you know. But this time she knew she'd done something awful, and they had to go down and lead her home. I say all the other times, because, you know, Ivan had to have back surgery. Oh, I think his kids weren't too big. That's my brother. He had ridden her first, and so the doctor says, did you ever have a bad fall as a kid? Oh, about once a week off a horse, he says. Because I guess she used to dump him too. Oh, and then there was this other good story, you know, that I should have been a crib deaf, because I was born at home. The doctor came there and delivered me, and it was in January, and so they moved the bed downstairs by the pot-bellied stove to keep the baby warm, and I was in bed with my mother, and she, of course we had a midwife, and so she called her and she says, well, look, my lips were blue, and my hands were cold, my feet were cold, and so the midwife took me out by the kitchen stove and let down because we had an old wood-burning stove, you know, and so the oven was always hot, and so she took me out and put down the oven door and worked my arm and got me to breathing again. So then they watched me for I don't know how long. You know, the neighbors and the aunts and everybody would come and watch me day and night to see that I didn't sleep away, because I did that I don't know how many times. And one time old Doc Kropelka come down and he worked with me on the dining room table for 2 hours to get me to breathe. So I don't know, must be I supposed to live, huh?
I guess so.
Because I think if I hadn't been in bed with my mother, I would have been a crib death. Don't you know they go to the nursery and find these great big healthy babies dead?
Yeah.
Don't know why.
I guess so. I guess so. I think so. Yep. There you go. Now you guys know.
Of course, she hasn't heard that more than a million times.
I mean, everybody else watching.
You know,
they know.
I would say to Mary, have I ever told you about, you know, this crib death? Yes, mother. But Penny, she'd always listen. Never said anything, but Mary said, yes, mother. So she'd heard it, you know, 16 times before. Oh, it's such fun telling these old stories, you know. Are you got pictures of all this too?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Say so, Marty. You know, I got 4 of these teeth in Mexico for $700. It cost you several thousand here.
Yeah, they look pretty good too.
Yeah, they're the best looking teeth in my mouth. So you really, you know, you really should, well, instead of, how much are you going to pay for that one that you broke off?
Too much.
Well, that's what I thought.
You should go to Mexico.
I could fly you to Mexico. You know, there are people that do that. They fly down there and go to Mexico to get their teeth fixed.
I do know. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh, and I got a neighbor, you know, that is a dentist right next door here.
Uh-huh.
And one day she says, Cause I had a hole in my face here, you know, where I needed some teeth. And she asked me, you know, what happened to them. So I had to tell her I went to Mexico and got them fixed. Of course, I paid him several $1,000 if I had my neighbor do it.
I know there's only. I didn't think it'd go for. There's only 11 minutes left. How many? Where are we at?
14:54.
Still 14 minutes so far?
Yeah.
And it's still. I don't know what. It's a miracle.
It's probably not. It's probably not.
No, it's
recording.
recording.
Oh,
It's
you think
recording.
so?
Yeah.
I gotta know my blows. Where is it?
Well, you probably better say peace out before it's full. Here.
Yeah.
Like give a little peace out sign. See what he's
guys.
doing here, Mom?
Huh?
You gotta go to the little, see? Little,
What's that?
there we go.
Out
Okay.
the bathroom, huh?
Number 1 or number 2? I guess that means number 2, doesn't it?
It's number 2.
You had to do that too, huh?
Yeah. Yo, what's up, guys? I'm sending a message to my new internet buddy, Ace.com. It just says I'm sitting in a Hardee's in Winona, Minnesota, bored, eating some curly fries. There's my curly fries and a burger. Yeah, that's it. That's all I say. Let's see if he responds to that. We'll see. Fun. Peace. See, Alex is a cool guy. Here's his response. Can't read it, but I'll read it. Hey, I've been to Winona, whatever it is. Such an exciting place. That question mark. It's good though. It is. I mean, it looks okay here. Well, I mean, just telling me it's Hardee's here, and it's really cold outside. But let's continue the conversation. I'm gonna tell him. I'll continue the conversation just for my own personal fun. All right, guys, peace.